And because
It's
we are
recording. I'd
also,
forgotten that it's not live, so I have to record. So that's
okay,
what you just heard, recording in
yes.
progress.
So as I was saying that, we as men, we need to come more to the forefront. We are leaders and we need to lead by example. You
Yeah.
understand? So what I see, that's just my opinion. What I see going on in society today is we really do have a morality deterioration in our society, especially amongst the youngsters, right? And as I said, as a Christian man, then my intake is that we need to pray more. You understand? We need to take this situation to different
You
heights
know,
because, yeah,
just a thing. Many of us
yeah,
keep saying the young people, but those young people were cultured by the older folks. So I will not put the blame at the young people's feet. I will
no, I'm
put the
not blaming
blame
them.
at the older folks, at the feet of the older ones, because my father ensured that I become who I am. So it is
Yes,
my duty to ensure that my son becomes what I who I want him to be.
yes, my brother.
Likewise, I will say the same for the mothers. Their mothers made them, or and fathers made them who they are, and likewise, they should be responsible for their what their offsprings become. And when we look at it in a global way, the society, that is the older, those who dictate, who will be there to ensure that the transferal of values from one
Yeah,
generation to the other is done in accordance with accepted norms. And when we fail, the young people behave as they are today.
one point I want to make, and I would also ask you, what's your opinion about that? I
Yeah.
can remember as a more youngster, we had something called Guyana National Service. You understand? And I view the Guyana National Service from them time there as a way and a mean that which enable the youths them to be more disciplined, right?
Well,
They
the
were more to
discourse on the national service is a wide discourse. That will take many, many programs of this nature to really get through it. Anyhow, continue.
yes. Well, as I'm saying that, that's my opinion.
Yeah,
That's my opinion or my knowledge about what I seen going on and from my time growing as a youth.
yeah.
Because I could remember as a more youngster, sometime we would curse, but only time we would curse is when dear little boy, when we gone to Cane Field. If we ever try to course on the road, we would look over our shoulders to see who is watching or who are listening. But I come to realization that we ain't got that in a society right now, my brother. I see that, and as I said, I'm not blaming the youths, but that is why I firstly say that we as men, we need to take a stand as a leader in our family and lead by example. Because what I'm seeing, for instance, I see a man, he got two, three children, and every day he was like on a corner beating a big spliff, and he was operating. So I want to know, what is it really going to tell the young youth, or what is it going to tell the young son that coming up? What is it he explain and tell him when he of himself need to be disciplined? And as I say, as men, to lead as lead by example. So I'm not blaming the youths, and what you say is a very great point because it's just like when you say, I was taught certain way, you understand? So in a time like this, that is enabling me to who I become today, you understand? Who am I today because of the teaching that I received as a youngster growing up, even if I had my own only because I dropped out of school and this kind of thing. But I come later down in my life, I come to the realization that as a man, you need to take a rightful stand in your home, in the society, in the workplace, anywhere you have, you need to carry first thing you need to have self-respect, self-discipline. Because even to this, what really going on with all these protesting and all these things, it has stemmed from something. You know, the guy that they're protesting over, I, as a man who personally know the youngster, and I advise him that if he could get a 9 to 5, and he did make an application to go into the fire service. He also taken his medical this week to the national to the fire service to get a job, because I realized that most of these youths, a few of them might be working, but most of them is an everyday thing. I just do taxi work out at Golden Grove. I don't afraid to tell you. And when you see I go out in the morning, they got about 15 to 16 youth. They out there, they did the big spliff. They just going on and going on and going on. So sometimes when I go there, I will just sit in my car and I will sit. The ones them that would listen to me, I would give them a good advice and say, man, get a 9 to 5. Even if you go you're young, and if you go in the police force, you go young, it will be beneficial for you later, because you have that time in life, you understand, to deal with it. At least at my age now, I can't go and join the police or the army or so, because I just drop out of school. So my take on this whole scenario about these youngsters in these various villages and community is, understand, as you said, we need the men, them, we need the leaders, we need to come to the forefront and enlighten these youth, encourage them, help them to move in the right path of life. Because all what I'm seeing, my brother, all what I'm seeing in our young society today is violence and drugs and no morals. And watch, even to after what happened to this youngster, the next morning that another set of youth, and they're portraying this kind of bad manism and this whole kind of thing. So I'm saying, where we miss it, where we lost it, why is this going on in our society? Why is this going on? What really happened? You understand? As I said, who would take the reasoning and the little counseling from me? I would give it to them. But some of them, I dare not say anything to them. I dare
Yes.
not say anything to them, because they and me would get in a conflict or a confrontation. And that is what I try to avoid, my brother. So they need help. They need help.
They need help. The society needs help.
Maybe your strategy or your intake of helping them might be a different strategy from what I am thinking about help. But they need, the youngsters, they need help. They need help, my brother. They need help. I see it.
The thing is, one strategy alone will not work. It has to be it has to be many different strategies, because different people respond to different stimuli, let's say.
Yeah.
So what may impact me may not impact you. What I can do with people, what I can do for people, you may not be able to do. So you can only do what you can do. So all of us will do, our talents will have to come together and we work, right? You mentioned national service, and my opinion. My take on national service, it was a good mechanism to give us that spirit of nationalism, which I think is kind of lacking today. And not only among young people, many adults are not nationalistic in their approach, because we see a lot of selfishness going on. And that is one of the root of what's because of this need to grab people just looking for themselves and no longer considering the community. So we cannot, because when you tell young people do this, they say, man, big man, but then people they're looking after themselves. Why I must look after everybody else? Why I must just like how they get it quick, I want to get it quick. Those are the kind of things we have to counter.
And another thing they will always say, man, you don't live your life. Allow me to live my life. You don't do this. And those things.
Well, the thing is, me live my life and allow you is I've lived my life, so I know some of the mistakes which I will want you to avoid. That's a counter for such a thing, because I have lived and I've experienced things, and I know things which can happen to you if you go along the path you're going or whatever. So let us try to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Right? You must learn for yourself some things, but try to learn from others.
Yeah. And I like what you say. We have to work collectively with our ideas, our skills, and our strategy. It's a collective work. It cannot be done individually. I strongly support that particular point that you say. We need to work collectively. As you say, your strategy or your idea might be different from mine, but that is not the problem. That is not the point. The point is we working together collectively
Yeah,
to see positive results.
that is what we need, results.
So
You
very
know.
much appreciate that particular intake, that working collectively, because really and truly, my kind of music, my kind of hardcore kind of gospel music, what I do, the youths them, these youngsters now, they more go for it. They will go for it. They want to work with this kind of slow worship and all this kind of thing. They will move with the hardcore music, how we do it.
Mhm. Yes. So, and as an artist, brother, when you
Yes.
perform, I know by listening to this that song on violence against women and the one that you did for Jubilee, I know you bring messages. You try to bring messages. But what is the your philosophy in as a musician? What is it that you really want to achieve as a musician?
Okay. My achievement as a musician, as I'm saying, I prefer I prefer to lead 10 or 15 or 25 youths down the down the road, down the right road, than earning $1 million. If it comes to a point that I can able to have 4, 5, 6, 7 youth to take the right road, take a good advice and say, well, I don't need to be on the corner every day. I don't need to go in and so derogative in society, and I can see that changes in them. That's my philosophy about my music that I sing now. Is about educating, uplifting, encouraging, because those are the aspects in life now that the youths they're not getting. Nobody ain't encouraging them. They ain't getting encouragement. You understand? Very rare they getting encouragement. So they just live over the sea and they live according to the time. So my philosophy about my music is about teaching and uplifting and educating and help the youngsters. And the reason why I focus so much on the youngsters because I, as a more youngster, I was heading down the wrong road, my brother. I tell you the truth. I lived 18 years in Jamaica. And at that time there, I was a hardcore dancehall DJ. And all these things that these youngsters doing now, I was a part of it. And as you said, they will tell you, say, because you don't live your life, but you live your life when you have an experience and you know exactly when a youngster going down the wrong road. You understand? So you would like to advise him and say, well, son, this is the wrong road you're going on to. So my philosophy about my music is all about peace, love, joy, understanding, uplifting, educating. As I strongly come against domestic violence, because you see that domestic violence has taken a road in our society. Statistically, it would show, if you check and see how much men, how much women has been murdered. You understand? How many single parents, how much women saying, well, you know, I is the woman and the man for the house. No woman can be no woman and no man for no house. We as man got to take our rightful stand in society right now. That is our duty. That's why my philosophy about my music is all about taking my right stand. I could tell them youth when I meet up some youth was smoking, what they're smoking. I tell them, friends, listen, I was a Rasta man and you never smoked the mountain marijuana what I smoke. So what I tell you, our lungs was made to take in air. the intake of air is not to take in no smoke. You understand? Some of them would listen and some of them would not listen. So once again, my philosophy about my music is to educate, uplift, and teach this young generation who are the future rulers of this country, of this nation.
Yes, that is sound. That is a very, very sound philosophy. And I must commend you, brother, for the stand you have taken. I must commend you for the stand you have taken in wanting to educate the youth. Because when we educate the youth, we are looking for development into the future and not decadence.
Say no to domestic violence. Don't take no abuse. Tell Travis Chase or NCN News. Report the matter. Don't make no excuse. Before the man blow your fuse. We come against domestic violence. Discrimination against women. Women are the mother of the earth. Treat the woman them right. How you fit this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a rail up and a kick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. How you fi box and kick her, smart and chick her. And night time come you want kiss her. Now you not look no work and a live like a jerk. That a cause more pain and hurt. How you fi thump and cuff your baby mother. And not talk about you a dan dada. You not see a Cam Street where you rather pick up the pill, man, climb up the ladder. That's why me say, treat the woman them right. How you fit this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a rail up and a pick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. Woman need love and affection. Tender care, them need attention. Don't make the devil mislead you, boy. Remember say a woman breastfeed your boy. Just remember him choose your girl. So don't let the man accuse your girl. Don't let him but a bruise your girl. Cause surely one day him going lose your girl. Treat the woman them right. How you fit this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a rail up and a kick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. How you fi box and kick her, smart and chick her. And night time come you want kiss her. Now you not look no work and a live like a jerk. That a cause more pain and hurt. How you fi thump and cuff your baby mother. And not talk about you a dan dada. You not see a Cam Street where you rather pick up the pill, man, climb up the ladder. That's why me say, treat the woman them right. How you fit this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a rail up and a kick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right.
Yes, Joe. Now, tell the people who will be looking at this on Facebook what motivated you to do that song.
Honestly speaking, and I said before, domestic violence has really rooted itself in our society now. That's where all the inspiration comes. You say, I said, treat the women them right. How you want box and kick her up, and then night time you want to hug her and kiss her up. You understand? So it's all about what I see going around me in terms of violence against women. You understand? We're in a very bad state now where you see, I don't think they got a month past that a woman has been murdered by a spouse or something. Because, so And this song, it's a couple years now I have this song. And the domestic violence is still plaguing our society.
Well, it's the
We are
first time I heard it the other night when you shared it with me, you know.
yeah, but it's years I got it. It's since
Okay.
before the pandemic I had this song. I even have song for paying into the pandemic, encouraging the people in to suffer too.
Well, that is something which, you know, this last week, I had a conversation with a few people. I called my cousin. He told me that he's at home sick with COVID, right?
Mm,
I'm talking of Reverend Light,
yes,
right? He's with COVID. My son is presently with COVID at home, right? And this is all up. This is like Thursday, I learned of my son. No, Wednesday, I learned of my son. Thursday, I learned of Reverend Light. You know, so, and yesterday, I heard of a sister. You know, so it's like it's every day now you hear. So this thing is rampant, and
yes.
somebody is not telling the Guyanese people the truth.
And these song, my brother, take up in this particular song about Maso. I have given to several radio stations. You know. Yes, to several radio stations, I give the Maso song to. And I never really they will play. I never really hear it is played. I never hear it is played.
No,
But
well, you
I know
see, the
what
whole thing is this kind of song is not good for the business community because the business community is saying to us that things are regular. There are
yeah,
people out there who want to promote things that COVID is no longer here. And so, but thank God, I must say, that the variety of COVID that is going wrong is a mild variety. That is why people are not dying. But
yes,
definitely the numbers are going up. And we're not getting
yes,
this from the official people, the official people who are supposed to be monitoring the situation and not telling us what's happening and why it is going up. But we have every other day big mega events, boat rides, Juve, and the rest of it, where our people go out and spread and get COVID all the time. Because some people must make money.
yeah,
So that song you talk about mask up is something which definitely we have to get publicized. We have to get it out there. We have to tell our
yes,
people to do what is right, do what is necessary to prevent themselves from getting COVID. You know, personally, every time I leave my home, I'm with mask.
yeah.
And I think everybody else should do that because COVID is real.
And if I tell you, my brother, I visit the Ministry of Health with that song. I visit a few ministry with that particular song, Maso. And it's just I went Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Health. I went all around with that Maso song. And to this day, you hear anything about this song. But we can hear song playing on the radio with the edit the derogative part of it daily on a daily basis. And as you say,
They don't
song
always
like-
edit the derogatory parts, my brother. Let's be real.
they don't always edit it. Yes, true. They don't always edit it. And
Sometimes
even
you
the
want to know
editing-
if there's a census board. Formerly, we had a census board in this country. We wonder if there's still a census board. And people don't get me wrong. This has to do with our communities. BV, Triumph, Buxom, Pleasance.
Yes,
What we're talking about is community issues. And
yes,
those
of
people,
course.
because BV Triumph, this thing is a BV Triumph report. It has your health is what concerns us. If you're not healthy, then you cannot be a worthwhile member of your community. You can
Yes.
only serve your community if you're healthy. So let's get this thing real. Mask up. Take care. COVID is real.
Yes, it's real. It's real. It's
you know.
real. I know a lot of people. I know I have close friends who it has been taken out. You understand? I had close friends that have been taken out. I even had relatives that has been taken out. And as I said, I walk wrong and wrong in the hot sun with my COVID song and see who could get assistance. Even to now, I even got a video for the COVID-19 song. And I think that is one aspect that I drag my foot on because if I video it, it would be able to be publicized more. So regardless to the
Well,
ads, it
let
would
us
be
talk
out
about
there.
a possible video off air when
Yes,
we can possibly talk of that, because I
yes,
know some people who are into videoing, and maybe we can work out something with them in
yes,
having
my
a
brother.
production done.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely correct. Because we got social media now,
I got
and
I got the fellas from the television station here, Alagala.
yes,
There's a young man there, very excellent videographer. I will
yes.
speak to him to see if he can collaborate on this project. You know, I
And
mean,
I even take
his
the song
father
there to my
was
brother.
into music promotion, so I don't see why he cannot, he will not be interested.
I take the song there, you know. Yes, the song
Uh,
is there. A little while now to almost about
oh, you took the
2 years
song to
now.
Channel 16?
Yes, yes, I took the song there and I took the song there when the COVID was rampant. I took it there, my brother. Even to the
Okay.
Jubilee song, I took it there. Well they had give me some some time with the Jubilee song. But this particular mass of song,
No, well,
I never
as I told you, I heard the Jubilee song. I cannot say from where I heard it, but I know
yeah,
I heard it, right?
yeah, that was in 2016.
Maybe it's on them.
Yeah. And I tell you the honest truth, my brother. The Jubilee song, it played everywhere all around.
Mhm.
I never get anything for it. The man were pushing the cart in Georgetown, they make more money.
Well,
One cart man, hold on, one cart man see me say, Major, who guy now man, you're gonna sell it, you're gonna drink a small top, cause I don't sell but 30 you CD already. I can't do anything but it. I be
ask,
doing.
all you gotta do is accept and bless.
Yes, I accept and bless. Watch, I was Guyana Action Committee was invite me to sing at the Savannah Suite at Pegasus there. And how you think I end up get a little money? I had to take some of the CDs there and some of the
Sell.
minister, yes, and and sell some of the CD. And even though I take the CD and it was the Jubilee time, not every all the people, all the ministers there, I was not everybody supported me. A few, they had more people who support me than who I thought would have supported me because Jubilee was a national event. I never get a cent. It's too seedy. I sell and end up get a little chum change. That is why I say I prefer help the youths them than fighting for get a meal. Because I can't where we get it from. We do not have a copyright
Again, I
legislation
well,
in
you're
this
talking of
place.
copyright legislation. On the act, our a program which I host to, we've had Barrington Bradford. I will send you the link of that program. And he discussed that. And in fact, next week he shall continue to discuss that copyright issue, right? Because I know it's a sore issue among artists where not only the musician, performing artists,
Yes,
we are also
but
looking at the graphic
authors
artists. We're
too.
looking at writers, all cultural performers. They are in Guyana, they are shortchanged because of the lack of copyrights. And
Yeah,
something has to be done to protect
something has to be done.
your
I
works.
lately heard that the government was giving free studio time for artists to go and sing and do their music. Yes, that's okay with free studio time, but what is sense when I sing a song, I invest a little money to make a rhythm, write a song, make CDs, and all these investment. And a man on the street, he don't even know to sing a note nor a line. He has been earning from my sweat of my brow. He has been earning more as me. I tell you, said the man said, Major, you want a small talk, somebody don't dig nothing, bring in the small talk. Because he don't sell but 25, 30 mass up CD, Jubilee CD already. Yes.
Yes, you
So
know, so the whole thing
we're in a
is,
bad state when it comes to this music and people collecting the rights and authors and all these different things. But there's a different scenario.
no, but it's all about the community, because if we're gonna encourage young people to become performing artists or to get themselves occupied in creative endeavors and their works cannot be promoted, then they will tell us, big man, I head upon stupidness. You know, I can do
Don't
the
tell me
and
nothing.
what I can
Yes.
get. Don't tell me not. Let me go along and do what I'm doing, and because with this also I'm making a living.
Good. I can sell some icicle and I can make more money than the man who playing equal sing.
You know,
Pull all them fancy note, but I can get an icicle business and I can be better off than him. Because he ain't going nowhere with that. The
right?
piracy take over
So
everything.
we need to really pull things together in this society so that we can all benefit, because
Yes.
society owes us something. We have all contributed to its development, and
Of course.
we should, if we wanted to advance, we will all have to contribute and we should all benefit, and not some benefiting more than some. It's like, you know, we've been hearing of stimulus money being paid out, COVID relief money being paid out to fishermen and to rice farmers. But when you go to Beirut, where farmers were flooded, those farmers are telling you they did not receive anything,
Yes.
right? As against the farmer on the on the quarantine coast who tells you that, well, buyer, just collect my check.
Yeah.
The fisherman in Triumph, he collecting the check soon.
Yes.
And some of these people who are
Community,
collecting
yes.
the checks, they have not been fishing for a number of years.
Good.
They just been in the business. They work a couple mornings, but people know them as a fisherman. They work it, but so they're now going forward and collecting.
Even to the money that they were sharing, when they meet 4 houses before my house, they stop and they never return and share any money anyway. And then I was passing.
You're talking about the
different villages in-
$25,000 or $30,000. Yes, but a lot of that happening. You know,
Yes.
people, you're living in a house, but you have to prove that you're living there by
Yes.
showing a letter that you receive, all sorts of
In
things.
certain communities, that was implicated.
Yeah.
I want to go down the road there, my brother. Certain
So
communities.
these are things that we need as communities to discuss, because it's affecting us as a people. And you cannot have a divided society where some are having and some don't have. You will have disruptions.
Yes.
Like the people in Golden Grove were shouting this morning, no justice, no peace. If you cannot be just in what you're dispensing, then you will have issues. You're creating the groundwork for issues to happen, things which should not happen. You know.
Yes, of course. Of course. If we're not being treated equally, they will always have problems.
Yeah.
They will always have unrest.
So, my
You
brother, I
understand?
must commend you for the work you've been doing among young people by through your music. I
Thank you,
mean,
my brother.
the Christians will say it differently from I would say it. You're ministering through music. I would say you just bring in the live vibration and the truth to the people. Sing the truth like Brother Bob did. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Brother Bob left us since around 1980, but his music still tells us something. Look, the other day, Mia Motley at the Conference of the Americas, our speech was based on Bob Marley's music.
Yes.
You know, which is telling me music, that what you're doing, my brother, is so significant and important that
Yes, my brother.
unless we do it right, we will not be able to make the changes we need in society. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yes,
Right?
my brother. But always keep doing as long God provide life and the strength in me. I will. I ain't giving up. And as I said before, I meet a point, my brother, that I don't even study about money right now. I study more about our youngsters than money right now. I tell you because I have learned that whatsoever is for you in this life, my brother, you will have it.
Yes,
You
well,
will
that
have it.
philosophy
Be
is
truthful,
also,
yes,
but you must,
yes,
I also believe in whatsoever is for me, and I can see a way to ensure it happens. I will work to
towards it.
ensure that that is realized. I will not sit
Yes.
by and just wait.
No, 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 not sit and wait. Sit and wait for anything come on a platter, man. You,
You know,
you sit down a whole
they got some
lifetime.
people they're sitting and wait for manna to fall from heaven, to quote from the Bible. It don't
Yes,
happen. You have to do what is necessary. You have to tweak the right buttons. You have to push the right buttons. You have to talk to the right people. You have to let your voice be heard. Don't ever
yes,
stop, right? As one philosopher says, things go wrong when good men sit by and do nothing,
nothing, nothing. Absolutely correct.
right?
You're
So
doing, you ain't
our
doing nothing, how
society
something
is
happen.
going the way it is because good men and women, I must say, sit by and watch. You know,
Yes,
I think our sisters need to do a lot more because here it is in our society, the sisters are the ones who, as that baby from birth, the sisters are the one to whom that baby looks up to first, to whom that baby relate to in the first days of his or her life and believes in more than any father that comes along between.
yes.
So
And most of the
our
fathers are absent.
sisters therein need to stamp their authority on this society. Yes, the
Yes,
brothers have a role. You've been talking about the fact the men have to stand in a leader, but I'm saying that leadership is a dual leadership where
of
sisters and
course.
brothers stand together.
We need that support, of
And
course.
we must also accept where the sister seems to have an edge or an advantage or the knowledge or the wherewithal to execute, let the sister go forth and we stand back and support her. You know,
Yes,
I have a, a family friend in the Kanji. This young lady, she had, before she got married, she started a little business in what you call it, plant business, a little plant where she will sell seedlings and so. Her husband joined, they got married, and now because it's her idea, but she has also had some formal agriculture training, so she knows more about that type of business than the husband. And he is there giving her all the support to ensure that they succeed. And that is what our people need to always do.
yes.
Where the woman can make headway, the man should take a step back and ensure that success is grand, is because whatever success comes is for the family.
Of course. Like my wife, she we will make achar. We can show you about, but she would make achar, but I as the mango will go and look the mango.
All right.
I go
You
and
give she
look the
the support.
mango.
She
Yes,
got the skill. You
right.
you do the dredging, the drugging, and you bring them to
Sure.
point, and
I
she can
bring the
then.
mango and I even would peel the mango.
All
So she
right.
would just have to grate the mango and do the rest of the thing. And let me tell you, my brother, even up to today, well, we were living in Golden Grove, but I'm living in Falls now. It's a little way from Golden
I
Grove
know where
in
Falls is.
the new scheme behind the gas station. And up to today, a man ride and come till at the back here so and said he come for 2 bottles of the achar. My brother was here from the United States away. He introduced some people. They had to get even to pass the light. When his kids were here, they insist that they need some of this achar. She also do knitting. And let me tell you something. This woman I'm speaking about, she is a head teacher. She
Well,
is an head teacher.
Well,
Right. And she still insists of doing little.
because
little
you need to
thing.
do supplemental. The thing is, one job, Guyanese leave Guyana where we do one job, but when we get to the
And go to
United States, we do 2 or 3 jobs. But in
Same
Guyana,
thing.
until now, most Guyanese prefer, well, I'm a teacher, I'm a police, I'm a this. Why I must go out and do this?
Good.
We hold on to
Yes.
one jobs, right?
Yes.
we must utilize our talents wherever we can to make our ourselves and family better.
Yes, my brother.
So
Well,
in our community development activities, the family needs to see how we can do things together to ensure that things happen for us.
yes, I surely agree. And honestly speaking, I never really was planned to get into the meeting, but I, as a man now, what you see you doing there, I love it. I just need the support. You understand? That support. From I listen to how you speak and how you're a man looking for positive results in communities. Positive results. You understand? Uplifting the community, worried about the youngsters, worry about how they getting along, worry about why this community is being looked after good, and then this other community has been neglected. You understand?
But it's not a job for one day, my brother, nor
No.
for a week, nor for a month, nor for a year, but it's a
A
job.
lifetime.
Each of us have to do our part. It's like a relay race. My father's generation did what they could have done. His father's generation did what they could have done. They handed the baton to my father's generation. My father's generation handed it to me, and I have to hand it to my son's generation.
Yeah.
You will do the same for your children. So we need to be built to a point. Then we build again. Another group will stand on our shoulders to build. So it's not just a question of I am me and I can do this and I can do that. It's a question of how we can make progress together. Because if I alone shine, the rest of darkness that is around me will dim my light.
Yes, I like though. I love though.
So we got to ensure that there are others shining with us, so that the
Good.
day
The
I
light
want
get
my
brighter.
light start to flicker, somebody can
Good.
put back a light. It's like when you get candles.
Yeah.
The candles are all lit. When one out, you take one and light back the other. We build each other. We support each other. And with that, I will close today's program.
Say no to domestic violence. Don't take no abuse. Tell Travis Chase or NCN News. Report the matter. Don't make no excuse. Before the man blow your fuse. We come against domestic violence. Discrimination against women. Women are the mother of the earth. Treat the woman them right. How you feel this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a rail up and a kick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you feel play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. How you feel box and kick her, smart and chick her. And night time come you want kiss her. Now you not look no work and a live like a jerk. That a cause more pain and hurt. How you feel thump and cuff your baby mother. And not talk about you a dan dada. You not see a Cam Street where you rather pick up the pill, man, climb up the ladder. That's why me say, treat the woman them right. How you feel this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a reel up and a pick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. Woman need love and affection. Tender care, them need attention. Don't make the devil mislead you, boy. Remember, say a woman breastfeed your boy. Just remember him choose your girl. So don't let the man accuse your girl. Don't let him but a bruise your girl. Cause surely one day him going lose your girl. Treat the woman them right. How you feel this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a reel up and a pick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you fi play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right. How you fi box and kick her, smart and chick her. And night time come you want kiss her. Now you not look no work and a live like a jerk. That a cause more pain and hurt. How you fi thump and cuff your baby mother and not talk about you a dan dada. You not see a Cam Street where you rather pick up the pill, man, climb up the ladder. That's why me say, treat the woman them right. How you feel this mama earth and don't know what it worth. They are precious in the almighty sight. Treat the woman them right. Some man a reel up and a pick up and a go on like a dan. Treat the woman them right. How you feel play a war boat and a get up and a fight. Treat the woman them right.
Yes, and with that, I say goodbye and
Yes, my brother.
turn to.
Yes. So we go touch base, man. Have a blessed evening.
This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not baby full time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not baby full time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not baby full time. Long time got them long load.
Yes, this time a long time. We got to talk about our issues. We got to keep talking to each other. We cannot just stay away and assume that things will happen.
This ain't a long time.